Hey, I wanted to make a video about property taxes here in Florida. And it's ironic because I just made one a couple days ago talking about the complete elimination of property taxes here in Florida. So this whole video might be entirely pointless here in another year or two. But for now, we'll see what happens. For now, use this video to help you figure out what your taxes are going to be. Don't use public records when you are analyzing properties, scrolling through Zillow. You see a property that maybe they're paying $1,000 a year on property taxes, and everything around it is like $3,000, $5,000, $7,000 a year. Something's up, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, hey, real quick, I don't know if this is for you right now, but are you looking to either grow or consolidate your rental portfolio? I've worked with other investors in Tampa to find properties that meet their goals, and so if that's something you've even thought about, call or message me today. Let's talk about your current portfolio and also possibly your next investment.
If you look over here on my screen, you'll see this subject property. I just picked a random one on Zillow. It was sold for $215,000 in 2016. Impressive, right? Because now they have the same property listed at $439. Or actually, you know what? They're listing it. I think they dropped it a couple, $20,000 or so. However, let's go back here. $215,000 is what they sold it for. Now, let's look at, so this person who's selling it right now, they've owned it since 2016. And you see the property taxes here last year, they paid $2,400. I'll round up, be generous. They paid $24,000. $2,400. Sorry, I just realized what I was saying. $2,400 a year. That's really low for this area, like really low. Right now they have it listed again to recap at, let's see what they have it at $415,000. So I'm going to go up to and show you how you can figure out what your taxes are going to be, because if you were to buy this property, you are not paying this amount right here. I can promise you that. There's no millage rate that I can give you for your spreadsheet because, this is in Hillsborough County. Every county around probably the country, but definitely in Florida, they all have their own different algorithms now, but they provide these services on the property tax appraiser's website to estimate your new taxes. So let's take the address and copy and paste it over into, and by the way, this is how you find it. You just type in your county tax estimator. Hopefully your county has one. Almost all of them, at least in Florida, do. Type in the address. Boom. Pop up in a second. All right. Now, you probably are going to be applying for a homestead. Obviously, if you're not, if this is a rental property, you're not applying for a homestead. If you live there as your primary, you will. So we're going to put yes, just to keep it apples and apples. So let's say we know what the public records show here. They're paying $2,400 a year in property taxes. Sorry, I had to remind myself. Now, the person who buys this, let's say they buy it at full ask, $415,000. If you think about, yeah, no, we're going to leave that unchecked. So your new taxes are going to basically triple, 2.5 to 3 times what they're paying now. So at $415,000, your new taxes are going to be, and this is with homestead exemption. You can see what happens here. It goes up even more. So I usually just kind of cut right down the middle. We'll say about $6,000, roughly a year. So that's a big difference. So you might notice this discrepancy and wonder to yourself, how does this happen? Why does this happen? And I'll tell you, because when you buy a property as an investor, your taxes get reassessed every single year. Basically, you get a full increase every single year when it's a commercial rental property or investment property. When it's a primary and you have the homestead exemption, what that does for you is it shaves off 25% of the property taxes, essentially. So you're reducing your property taxes by 25%, but also you're not going to get the full increase every single year. So if you've owned this property for, 10, 30 years, even in this case, 8, 9 years, you're going to get a partial increase every year. And so that partial increase ends up like compounding itself, and so you're saving thousands of dollars a year on property taxes. So the whole point of like, if Ron DeSantis, the Florida government, were to propose the property tax elimination on the next ballot sheet, and the state agrees and they all vote for it to remove property taxes, at least for primary residents, like, homeowners, that's going to like allow a lot of people to move. Now, you're still going to have there's still people with low interest rates that won't be able to move because they're still stuck at like a 3% interest rate. And maybe if they were to buy another house, that interest rate would be, 5 or 6%. So there's a big difference in the monthly there. But I will say property taxes is going to really offset a lot of things as well, because that's another, like, that and your interest rate, the two things that will save you money the longer you're in your property for, at least in this situation. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you've learned a little bit. Pasco County, Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, Manatee, Hernando, Polk, they all have tax estimators on the government website. So it's the county property appraisers website. You can find that. Another kind of cheat that you can do, though, is type in 1.7% of the property's purchase price, and that'll likely give you a pretty rough estimate of where. But figure that out for yourself. Run it, play with a calculator a few times, and you'll figure out where to go.